Hello, hello, welcome. I'm a little late. It's uh, too long time to put my lipstick on. Just a second. Let's add TikTok as well. Today we're talking about manifesting with the moon. So the reason why I wanted to do this kind of subject is because I do know a lot of information. I wanted to kind of to clear up a lot of information that is in social media and everywhere, and I wanted to add my 5 cents on how to use the power of the moon, the power of the nature around us to manifest. Now, as probably some of you, I also try a lot of things throughout my kind of my my career, my awakening, and I did I think everything from charging the water in the moon to charging the stones in the moon. I mean, I think everything that I could. Now, so obviously, I learned a few things. I communicated with my masters, and they also shared a few things with me. So I could say I'm kind of an expert, and I hope that this information will be helpful for you. Now, why I'm doing this particular subject today is because it's still new moon. Today is the third lunar day, and it's a really good new moon. It's a new moon in Gemini, and Jupiter is in Gemini right now, so it's very expansive new moon. It's when you if you will desire something right now, it probably will come to fruition. You will probably get it within like 6 months. So also, this is a new moon where a lot of planets are direct. Honestly, only Pluto is retrograde. So it's always good to kind of manifest anything when the planets are direct. That means that your wishes will be send kind of not send, but the energy will start working on your wishes right away. It's not like in 2 months or so you will change your mind, but it's something that you truly want, and something that you truly desire. So that's why I wanted to do this video today. Now, ideally would be if I would do it before the new moon, but it's okay. Still, today is third lunar day, so you can do it. I'm going to give you some information, and then you can use that information. Now, it is very important. So anybody can manifest, obviously, and anybody can use the power of the moon. The moon is there for everybody, so it does influence everybody: man, woman, masculine, man and woman, feminine, man and woman, everybody. But moon particularly influences feminine people and especially women. Sun influences man. I mean, this is just a well-known knowledge. Now, sun changes its cycle every month. So right now, the sun is in Gemini. Moon, on the other hand, changes its cycle, changes its kind of its place, its zodiac sign every 3 days or so. So this is you must understand that feminine women and overall feminine men and women, they are influenced, and women especially, they are influenced by the moon, and they change with the moon. So when you manifest with the moon, when you're using the energy of the moon, you need to keep that in the kind of in your mind. The power of the moon is strong, but it fluctuates. It's like water. It comes, goes. Today it's one, today it's the other day it's another. So you can't really can rely on not like this. You could not expect consistency from the moon. But even though there is no consistency, the energy is still working, and it's usually and you will see the fruits if you're patient enough and if you do everything according to the right energy. All right, so for the woman, I always tell you, if you're a woman, if you want to be a feminine woman, if you have a lot of feminine placements, you need to know where the moon is at all times. For example, today the moon is in Gemini, which is very kind of social, light placement. Tomorrow the moon will go into Cancer, And Cancer is very homey, very kind of focusing on the family, focusing on this and that, so it's more like spending time with the family. It's more sensitive than Moon in Gemini. So it's always good to observe, and you can get, there are apps, free apps that you can really find, and basically it will tell you where the moon is at this or that particular time. All right, so now I put over here, if you work with the moon's energy and use it strategically, you will manifest, but it's not fast and not very glamorous. Remember, moon is not like the sun. Its power is quieter and in the shadow. So basically, if you want to manifest with the moon, you have to kind of to prepare, ideally 6 months. With the sun, you can manifest much faster. So the sun is in Gemini right now. You could manifest within a month, but it's a more masculine approach. Today, we're talking about manifesting with the moon. And since manifesting, for the most part, is feminine kind of approach to things, I would suggest you manifesting with the moon. All right. So whatever you decide to do, manifesting is always needs to be done on the new moon. Not on the first lunar day, because in the first there is still no moon, there is no energy. Remember how it is. So there is a lunar cycle, right? So there is a new moon when there is really no energy. The energy was all kind of used. And now, so the bigger the moon, the more energy there is. So the moon is non-existent right now. There's no energy, so we all feel somewhat weak. But even though we feel weak, we feel very like excited about what to come. Now, on the second or third day, it's a good time to start manifesting. Why? Because the moon is kind of getting its strength. That's why I do energy alignments on the second or third lunar day, and I do it for 7 days. Why? Because the energy that I will put in will start growing, will be growing the whole month. Now, if I will manifest on the 28th lunar day, I mean, the lunar cycle is almost over. So it will last for maybe 2 days, and then there will be a new lunar cycle. So it will be wasted effort, wasted energy, you see? So it's always good to manifest on the new moon, on the second or third lunar day. Today is the third lunar day. So this is what you do. You make an intention. You put out what you want. So something, and I will obviously tell you on which new moon is better to manifest what, but for the most part, anything that you want manifesting is on the second or third lunar day. Now, in my times, there were bloggers and everybody who were advising manifesting on the full moon, but you could not do that, you see? So in the new moon, the moon is very weak. It's kind of, but it's optimistic, kind of looking for the future, and it starts growing little by little. It's getting like the strength. On the full moon, so in 14 days, there will be a full moon. On the full moon, this is the peak of strength that the moon gathered. It's very powerful. At this time, you could not manifest anything. At this time, you just need to make sure that you stay sane. And then after the full moon, you're still very strong, very powerful, but the energy will kind of will go down little by little, and then it will get to the 28, 29 lunar day, and basically again no energy. So you don't. I was I was always confused. When should I manifest? Should I manifest on the full moon? But full moon is not for manifesting. Full moon is basically the situation, the desire that you have is illuminated for you, like really from all the sides. Like, for example, if I will right now on the new moon, when the energy is weak, and I'll decide, okay, that's it, I want $10 million. This is what I'm manifesting. Then when the full moon will come, I'm strong, I'm powerful. Me especially, I'm ruled by the moon. And will I still want those $10 million? I mean, do I really need them? Or was it just a moment of weakness? Maybe I can use my energy for something else. Maybe it could be. So you see, you do not manifest on the full moon. You manifest on the new moon, and the full moon will basically throw the light on your desires, and you will kind of make a decision. Are you going to stick to it or not? Because when you're manifesting with the moon, you're manifesting within half a year period. Today is the not today, 2 days ago, there was new moon in Gemini. In 6 months, there will be a full moon in Gemini. You see, the cycle will be closed. So whatever I will desire, whatever I will put out in this new moon, I expect to have kind of results in that full moon when it will be in Gemini. It probably will be in December. So it's usually 6 months after. So yeah, somewhere with the end of maybe November. So this is how it works. You see, you should not expect the results by the full moon that will be in 11 days. In 11 days, you're supposed to kind of have the situation like more clear kind of information for that situation that you want to be resolved. You see, it's always like this. Manifesting with the moon is slower process, but it's much more. It's there is more guarantee that there will be it will come to fruition. That it will really happen. So if you are impatient person, maybe this won't work for you, but it works for everybody. You see, it's not like, okay, I'm manifesting with the moon. Okay, you can, whether you want to manifest or not, it still will work. This is how energy, outside energy works with us. You see, I am all practical, even though I am a Reiki master, NLP master, I am all for practicality. My Mars is in Capricorn, I'm very practical. And I'm not wasting a drop of energy on something that is not going to work. So I understand that all my efforts should bring some kind of results now, but I also understand that outside kind of the planets, the outside everything, the earth, the sun, the moon, everything, all of this influences the nature, the world outside influences our own energy, because that's also very powerful energy. So I understand that whether I want it or not, that energy outside will influence me regardless. Now, why not to use that energy if it's anyways out there? Why not to use it for my benefit, for something that I want to do? The purpose of this live, of this video, is to teach you how to strategically use that outside energy. That outside energy anyways will happen on full moon. Everybody is agitated, is frustrated, full of energy, doesn't know what to do. Why? Because people don't know how to strategically use that energy. You see, on the new moon, usually people are weak, they're vulnerable. Why? Because there's not enough energy, especially when they themselves don't have enough energy, and outside the world doesn't help with the energy. They feel vulnerable. Now, if you would know how to use those little crumbs of energy that you have on new moon, you would so instead of you on new moon starts a cycle of fighting with somebody, you can start a cycle of becoming wealthy or something like that. You see, it's important to understand that the outside energy will always influence you. You just can use it for your advantage, or just go with the flow and hope for the best. You see, if I would on new moon will start some kind of, let's imagine, quarrel with my neighbors. Even my neighbors are amazing, honestly, but let's imagine I would start something like that. Then that quarrel will escalate. In 6 months, who knows what will be here. Now, me, lucky, I know what I know. I instead on new moon, I don't honestly, I don't. I'm not like combative person, but on new moon, I think about something that I do want, and I know it's not something fast, but something that I would want to have in 6 months. You see. So on the new moon, you're making an intention, and that intention is not something like, if you don't have enough money to pay the rent this month, you could not manifest money. You see, you will manifest that money, but that money will come within those 6 months. It has to come within 6 months, not in the next 3 days, unless you're really strong and there is other kind of help. This is more like a subtle kind of manifesting. I wouldn't mind to have a husband, like, no, God no. But let's imagine somebody wants to have a husband or get pregnant, and so they're manifesting to get pregnant. Would be good on new moon in Cancer, and that kind of pregnancy will come within the 6 months that will be, so until the full moon in Gemini. Or they might realize that they don't want to get pregnant at all. It's completely not for them within those 6 months. You see, it will be the closed cycle kind of. So that's what you do. You don't on the and I put over here, on full moon you should have a clear picture, and so you will adjust. Usually, like I had a client a while back, and she wanted to get married. She came to me. It was right before new moon, and she was like, and she wanted to kind of to use the new moon, the old moon, the whatever, the energy. She told me, help me somehow. I usually don't kind of, I don't tell my clients to, I don't really advise them on astrology or anything like that. I just, but she wanted, so I told her, look, there's going to be a new moon. Why not to kind of manifest, write down your intentions, see what will happen out of it. And she wanted to get married. So she did, she wrote the intention, the whatever she wanted, the relationship and how it should be. But when the full moon came, and she was doing energy alignment, so I boosted her with energy, plus the outside world helped her with energy. She decided, well, maybe I was rushing. Maybe I don't really need to get married. And I'm like, well, observe yourself, see. I mean, there was this kind of desire. There must be a reason for it. So she observed herself, and she didn't. She didn't get married because eventually she understood that it was not really what she wanted. So on full moon, you should see a clear picture of what you want, and then you can kind of you can tweak it a little bit or maybe change it altogether. But if it arose, like if that came up to you, there was a reason for it. You see? All right. And here. And so after the full moon, there is a period when the moon becomes smaller and smaller, and it's waning moon, right? It's called. So it's basically you are fully, completely adjusting that desire that you want. So, for example, in her case, it was she doesn't want to get married, but what does she want? She does want to have kind of connections with men. She does want to meet men. She wants to socialize with men. And who knows? Maybe in the future she will want to kind of. So it was a closing, but it was not. It's not like her desire manifested. It was she knew by the end of the month the picture of what she wanted to have in her life at that moment, at least. All right. So on. Make sure, since it's a 6 months project, kind of do wish for something big. As I said, don't manifest $50 on the new moon. Manifest something good, maybe a new source of income that you will have $50 every single month, or maybe so it has to be something substantial, something that would keep you excited, something that that you use outside energy to help you to accomplish. So something that's important for you, something that you truly kind of desire, but it has to be somewhat big, because again, it's a project. It's a 6 months project. Don't waste it on something small. And I will tell you, I will get to which new moon you should use for what. Now, I already said this. Don't manifest on the full moon. Full moon is a light up. So unless there are other aspects. Now, manifesting, you should manifest according to the house and the sign that the new moon is in. That would be ideal. So, for example, this new moon was in Gemini. Gemini is a planet of communication. They're ruled by Mercury, so it's all about communication, about new friends, about making new connections, about putting yourself out there. Maybe you could make some kind of manifest making yourself popular, or doing like a YouTube channel, or maybe becoming a blogger or something like that. So it's all, you see, Gemini is like that. It's about communication. It's about information. It's about putting yourself out there. Now, that was for everybody, but Gemini for me is in my 12th house, and 12th house is you can see that on your natal chart, and if you need help with that, I can help you. Gemini for me is in my 12th house, and 12th house is basically the house of transformation. It's the last house. It's the house of kind of philosophy, of inner reflection, of something deep. So when for me, it's not an outgoing kind of sign. It's more like a deeper kind of reflection of what I can do to connect to people more. Now, so I should manifest accordingly, according to this two. Ideally, would be if Gemini would be in my 3rd house, that would be perfect. So I'm the planet of communication and the house of communication. Now I can manifest, I don't know, making a whole bunch of new friends if I would want, or connecting to a whole bunch of new people. So something like this, something similar to that. Now, um, what can I manifest in Gemini? New moon. I could have manifested even now. Maybe I would manifest getting a new course out. Maybe I will create and something that would really benefit others, that would benefit me, and I would, in 6 months, I would produce it. I would put it out there, or something. So something like this, something that would be communicative with the others, like that, something informative. You see, now because it's in my 12th house, I don't expect like great, like would not 12th house is not really to manifest something something with other people. It's more the reflection inside. I'm going to go through all the signs and all their houses, and I will tell you what you should manifest on each one of them. So in the first house is the house of self. So when the new moon is in the house of self, like it would be for me in Cancer, you should manifest something concerning you. So maybe you decide on the new moon in your first house, you will decide, okay, I want to, let's imagine, become slimmer or become chubby or whatever you want to be, or I will work out and I will make myself a really nice figure or something like that. So you basically making a plan about yourself, or maybe you will decide that you will become a great speaker, that you will present yourself differently. So it all always has to be about your presentation. Find where your first house is and manifest self in those. That would be ideal. You see, you will go along with the energy and the nature. It's like really, really ideal. That's the first house. The second house is about money, not only money but resources, and it's about your money, your resources, not shared like in the eighth house, but it's your money and your resources. So what you can manifest when the new moon will be in your second house, bigger resources, of course. So within that half a year, you will get some kind of incomes, some kind of maybe new streams of incomes. Maybe the streams of incomes that you have now will kind of bring you more money. Maybe new clients will come, or if you are employed, maybe, well, no, employed, that's a 10th house. But so some kind of money, you can manifest money in the second house. It's always money. Now, on the third house, so find where your second house is, and they basically go one after the other. So for me, Gemini is 12th house. Now, Cancer will be first house, Leo will be second house, like this. For the most part, they're like this. Sometimes they like move a little bit. Now, the third house is the house of communication, is what I said. House of the siblings, of communication, of information. That's when you connect to people around you, the closest connection. So maybe your friends, maybe your like immediate clients, people around you at all times. So what you can manifest on the third house. On the third house, you can manifest this. Maybe you want to make new friends, or maybe you want to connect with people maybe you want to have more clients that are like immediate clients that are working with you one-on-one. And actually, people in the third house are usually the ones that will connect you with those clients. Like most of my referrals are coming from Virgos. Why? Because my third house is in Virgo. So that's how it works. On the third house, on the new moon, in the third house, you manifest some kind of connections, close connections, though. This is not like outside connections. Now, the fourth house is the house of family. House of family, house of your house, of your kind of your shelter. This is your father's house. So you manifest something. Like, for example, if you want to buy a house, ideal, or move, or get yourself an apartment or something, ideal to manifest it on the when the new moon is in your fourth house. That would be ideal. So you basically manifesting, like, that you do want to have to buy a house. Don't manifest it when the new moon is in your first house. Manifest it when it's in your fourth house. It will be much more smoother process. You will see how fast you will get the house and or the apartment, and you will see how everything will be working in your kind of favor. That's when or maybe, for example, something about your family. Maybe you want to manifest a stronger kind of bond with your family or something like that. So it's all family house security. This is the house for that. Now the fifth house is the house of pleasure, house of kids, house of enjoyment, house of creation. So if you want to create something, right, that should be on your in your fifth house. A few years ago, I actually manifested right in your book like this. So it was my fifth house is in Scorpio, and my sun is in Scorpio. A lot of planets are in Scorpio for me. So I basically manifested. I didn't know that. I didn't get that deep in that, but I was reading a lot of books, and I'm like, wait, shouldn't I write a book? And it was new moon. I actually tracked it later on. At that moment, I didn't know, and I wrote a book very fast. You can see this on Amazon actually. And I wrote it very fast. By full moon, the book was ready, and then it took me another week or so to publish it on Amazon. So you see, it didn't take me 6 months, but that's because I was very charged. I had a lot of energy at that time. I was very much enjoying myself in the previous 2 weeks. I already told you this story. So in those moments, you on the fifth house, you manifest. You manifest something. If you want to get pregnant, ideal to manifest when the new moon is in your fifth house. Or if you want to, it's also the house of flirting. If you want to kind of meet a new man, start kind of socializing with new man, a perfect day for that, perfect kind of new moon for that. Also, if you want to create something, if you want to be more creative, also you can do that. So this is in the fifth house. Sixth house is the house of routine, your house and pets. So you manifest in something. If you want to get yourself an animal pet, manifest it in them on when the new moon is in the sixth house. Anything, or if, for example, you decided to have a new routine. Like I remember a few years ago, I decided to go for a run every morning. It was the new moon in the sixth house. Again, I didn't really plan it to be in the sixth house, but it just happened so. I knew it was new moon. I knew that it would be good for me to start something, and I just picked up and I basically put my kind of my clothes on and I ran for a run, and I got that habit and I was running for a few years like that. So in the mornings, then I kind of switched. But what I want to say that is, you see, it's a good kind of a good time to manifest the routine, having a pet, some kind of health issues. If you have health issues, manifest clearing all that in the sixth house. Now, the seventh house is the house of the committed relationship. If you want to marry somebody, if you meet a guy that you really, really want to have a relationship, if you're ready for a relationship, then manifest love and committed relationship in that when the new moon is in your seventh house. So for me, it would be Capricorn. So in probably 8 months or so, I should manifest. Ideally, if I would have manifested the committed relationship and the kind of husband potential in when was it, in January, in the beginning of January, the end of December, by the time the Cancer is coming over, right, I would have already got that man. And I actually helped a couple of my clients to manifest like this, and they were able to get a man. Again, this is not this is like a side hustle. You see, you still need to work with yourself and do all the work, but this is something that basically outside is helping you. So why not to use it? Now, this is the seventh house. The eighth house is the house of somebody else's money. So it's shared resources. Maybe if you want to win the lotto, manifest it on on the new moon in the eighth house. Just be very careful, because it's somebody else's money. You don't want something else to happen for you to get those money. And what else you can manifest? So it's shared resources. You can manifest a man that will provide for you. This is a sugar daddy kind of house. So if you want to manifest that, that's in the eighth house. Now, the ninth house is the house of traveling, the education, getting something new. If you are inspired to become like living a nomad kind of lifestyle, become a traveling kind of creator, a blogger, manifest that on that new moon. Manifest it. I did it last year. I mean, I already knew that I will travel. I just thought I will travel for a couple months, and then I will come back. But I really knew that it won't be enough for me, so I manifested. It was for me ninth houses in Pisces. So when the Pisces new moon was, I actually manifested. So my plan was to go to three countries and come back. But I knew that would be enough. So manifested. The manifestation was to visit 12 countries, and I actually stick to the plan. But at one point I got tired, so I stayed actually in Mexico for 3 months instead of going to a few countries that I planned to go. But you see, the manifestation came, and it came exactly half a year. In August, I basically decided, okay, I'm going to Czech Republic, and then I will go here and here and here. So I continued. I On the full moon in Pisces, I basically made a decision. I'm continuing with my traveling. I'm not going back to Miami, and I did. I visited almost every country that I wanted to visit, and I spent a year traveling. Then I came back home. So what I want to say is that if you want to travel, if you want to kind of to get into maybe some kind of education, maybe you want to get yourself a new mentor, maybe you are looking for somebody who will really speak to your soul, then manifest that somebody on the new moon in the ninth house. Now the 10th house is the house of the career. So if you need to have a new career, if you want to change the career, if you want to kind of to do anything with the career, maybe grow in your career, maybe get promoted, manifest it on that, and within 6 months you will get promoted. I actually did that. I did it twice. So the first time, so my 10th house is in Aries. The first time I manifested, um, I was not. Somebody told me. I did my natal chart reading, and the woman that did it for me, she told me, the new moon is going to be in your 10th house. You should manifest a promotion. And I'm like, say less. Let me do that. So I kind of manifested, and I forgot about that. And I was promoted at that time. I was very much focused on love, and kind of I was not really into the career, but I did manifest it. I knew where I wanted to be. I didn't get the promotion that I wanted. I got even a better one with the better pay, and it was exactly. So I was told about it in August that I was getting the promotion, but my title was changed, and the salary boost was exactly half a year after. So I think it was in October, the Libra time. And the second time I manifested, it was again, it was March, the new moon, and I basically just told myself, okay, I'm ready for something else. And exactly half a year after, I was let go. My position was discontinued, and I started doing what I'm doing now. So you see, again, you have to be very specific with your manifestation, because I actually thought that I will move within my field somewhere. I didn't know that I was that ready to kind of to jump into something absolutely new. But the COVID came, and a lot of changes, and this is what happened. So this is the 10th house. So when there is a new moon in 10th house, anything about your career. Now, the new moon in the 11th house is your presentation to the society. If you want to become a famous blogger, if you want to really influence the masses, if you want to influence the people around you, not just immediate people, but like your whole maybe city or town, manifested on when there is a new moon in the 11th house. This is something big. This is more like you becoming a guru for like this is what I should have manifested, and I didn't. Now, and the 12th house is the house of self-reflection. It's like a closing of the cycle. And during this time, you basically, it would be good if you would reflect on yourself and manifest something for yourself. Like, for example, you could manifest like clarity for your life, or clarity for like what do you want to do in the future, or clarity like to see like where you go and what are you moving, like in what kind of direction, and stuff like that. So this is the 12 houses that's how you manifest according to the house, right? So to your house, look in your natal chart, you will see there is numbers around, and this indicates your house. If you need help, ask me, I will help you. But it's very easy, and this way you will basically will not go against the current, you will go with the current, you go with the energy. Now, besides all this, the signs that the new moon is in are also influential. So, for example, this new moon is in Gemini. As I told you, it's all about the communications and everything, like connection with people, with information outside, information inside, information that we put out or that we get in. So manifest something like that, something with information, with connections with others. Now, if you manifest when the new moon is in Cancer, you need to manifest something family-like, something about your family, your house, something like this. So Cancer is very motherly kind of sign. So manifest something connecting to your family. Maybe you want to create a family, would be good time, or maybe you want to get pregnant, would be also perfect. Like if you want to become mother, this is a good time. Now, the new moon in Leo, Leo's a fire sign. They're all about themselves. They're ruled by the sun. This is all about yourself. So how you put yourself, it's about you. It's a selfish new moon. You need to think about yourself. And this time, on the new moon in Leo, it's you. You are the priority. The sun is shining on you. So manifest something you related. How are you going to present yourself? How are you going to how are you going to look? Maybe you can manifest even the new look for yourself as well, or something like this. So maybe you will decide, okay, so within the next half a year, I'm fully changing my wardrobe. I'm going to be, I don't know, I'm going to be like absolutely different. And then within those half a year, it probably will happen. Now, the new moon or in Virgo is Virgos are all um, very particular, very kind of organized. This is a routine sign. So if you want to become more dedicated to a particular course in your life, obviously, if you want to become more organized, that's the perfect time to kind of to manifest that. Maybe you want to become more consistent with your projects, right? Like, for example, I could manifest um, I don't know, doing 3 4 consultations. Oh no, that would be too much. 2 3 consultations every single day, and not only doing them but also organizing them, so my weekends will be off, or whatever days I will choose, so something like that, you see. And then within half a year it would somehow happen. Now, the new moon in Libra is also in air, but Libras are more about connecting people around them. So maybe would be good time to manifest something like um, I just created a group on Facebook. I'm going to tell you about this later, but maybe that would be good to manifest that. Who knows? Maybe I did manifest this on, because this idea was in my mind for some time. And why did I do it a few days ago? Maybe it was finally ripened. So you see, who knows? As I said, I don't remember. Maybe I did unknowingly manifested it over there on that new moon in Libra. But this is something with the people around you, not just the communication, but the what you can bring to society, how you can pull the society together. You see, on this is on Libra new moon. Now, new moon in Scorpio is a kind of a deep. It's like eighth house. So in Scorpio new moon, you should manifest some kind of maybe you want some kind of really deep connection with somebody, like intimacy, or maybe you want to money also is good to manifest in Scorpio new moon, because it's Scorpio. I mean, it's all about money. So some kind of passion, if you want to revive the passion in you and your relationship, so that's good. Now, the new moon in Sagittarius are the travelers. They love so they're like a ninth house. They love to study. They love, so if you want to travel, new moon in Sagittarius is good to manifest something like that. If you remember, I told you it was the new moon in Sagittarius when I wanted to basically leave everything. It was like 2 years ago, and I just wanted to leave everything year and a half ago and just pack my one suitcase and just go and travel. But then I kind of, you see, I did it on new moon. It was just this urge kind of to leave everything, just go. And yeah, but then I allow myself to sit in it, to think about this. And on the full moon, I basically, when all the information was ready for me, I decided, okay, listen, let's live through the list, and then you can go, you can finish up everything that needs to be done, and only then you can do. And then on the new moon in my ninth house in Pisces, I decided to even stay longer than I planned. So you see, they both unknowingly I manifested, didn't even plan. Well, I did plan, but it was really pushed from the outside on me. I guess unconsciously I wanted to do that. And then the Capricorn is responsible for Capricorn is like Virgo but much stricter. It's the house of the responsibility. So if you want to take the responsibility for somebody, if you want to get that promotion, if you want to kind of to become a business owner, perfect. If you want to manifest business, manifest it when the new moon is in Capricorn. That would be ideal. Or if you want to manifest a man who would take the responsibility for you, kind of like a really who would provide really good security, also new moon in Capricorn, perfect. Now the new moon in Aquarius is, Aquarius is um, Aquariuses are revolutionists. They're the ones who kind of get the people together to go again for some kind of course. So if there is something, if you decide to dedicate your time and your energy to saving penguins or elephants or somebody, or pandas, well, pandas I guess already saved, and you like really need to get people to support you with the cash and not only cash, this is the perfect time. So, for example, you decide to create a non-profit, some kind of organization. Do it, manifest that on new moon in Aquarius. That would be ideal. I'm sure you will have a lot of followers, and they will really be generous with their donations. So, but this is a new moon in Aquarius or in your 11th house. And then new moon in Pisces, this is a good time to reflect. You basically reflect on yourself, on your life. This is a very philosophical time, so do not manifest money or relationship when you have a new moon in Pisces, unless you have like the houses there. For the most part, this is the time to manifest some kind of clearance in your life, in your mind, in your soul. And the new moon in Aries, obviously, this is the new beginning. So you need to manifest something new, something aggressive, something. This is like a first house corresponds, so something that you want to do, something big, something strong, something that would concern only you. Like I don't know, maybe that's it. You decide that you're going to. I don't know what could be for you. You decide that from now on you don't drink alcohol. Yeah, that's perfect. I guess that would be good to do it on the main moon. All right. So and then the Taurus is basically it's like the second house. Also, it's good to manifest money in Taurus. Remember, Taurus is all about resources, not only money, resources, your energy. So anything concerning that, maybe your kind of wealth, your personal wealth, would be good to manifest in when there is new moon in Taurus. Do not waste your energy manifesting something if it's not either in your house or it's in the appropriate sign. Don't waste your time. It won't do nothing. Like I'm telling you right now. Right now is the new moon in Gemini. Unless you have a seventh house in Gemini, do not manifest relationships. They would not bring you nothing. I mean, you probably will meet a lot of people, but those people will stick to according to the Gemini's pattern. They will be good acquaintances, good friends, but they wouldn't grow into something bigger. All right. Um, that's what I wanted to share with you. Now, about the charging the water with the moon and everything, I did all that. The charging of the stones, charging of the water. I'm a Reiki master, as you know, and I will tell you, all this is really just a game with your mind. This does not work anyhow. Yeah, and I did it myself. I mean, I'm not telling that it's not like I'm laughing at others people. I did myself. I was charging water with the moon and then washing my face. I was charging and drinking it. I was charging the stones. I did a lot of things. There's no harm in this. Honestly, you can do that. It's absolutely normal. Will that help? No, that probably won't work. Why? Because you really don't need to do any of that. The moon is already influencing you. The moon is your helper, whether you want it or not. the energy from the moon influences everything on the earth. The energy from the sun influences everything on the earth. So you don't need to jump the hoops to get that energy. You're already getting that energy. And if you know, if you observe yourself on the new moon, we're usually weaker kind of. And on the full moon, we're like, have a lot of energy. We're like bursting with energy. We want to socialize. We want to kind of to almost maybe become a little even aggressive. There is even a statistics that there is the most ER check-in, so in emergency care during full moon, because people have a lot of energy, they don't know what to do with it, and it's just pouring out of them. And you see, they don't do nothing. They don't charge themselves on the full moon. They don't charge the water, nothing. The moon influences them because it's a much bigger energetic kind of creation than we are ourselves. So we always will be influenced by the planets, by the moon, by the sun, by our own earth, obviously, by the oceans, by the trees, because they're bigger. They're bigger, and their energy is stronger than ours. So instead of fighting all that, just use it for your advantage, and that's it. And don't fight it. Do like I do. Use it to your advantage. All right. Now, if you want to charge something, you can do that, but don't forget to clean it first in the salt before you will charge any kind of stones or jewelry. I remember we used to do jewelry, stones, everything we used to charge in the moon. Nothing wrong with that. You can also charge them in the sun as well. You can charge them. You can put them in them on the sand and just charge it with the earth. That's all good, but it's not necessary. You're already getting that energy. This is just an extra kind of thing for your mind to believe in that. If your mind believes it, I mean, obviously it will be. But as a Reiki master, I'm telling you, I study energy for many years. You don't need to do that. You're already getting all the perks of just being present. As long as you are exposing yourself to, well, you influence regardless. But if you will expose, what you can do though, you can maybe like do some kind of grounding or swim in the ocean. So if you live in a concrete kind of apartment and never come outside, that's probably not the best thing. But if you do come outside and you walk around, you already are getting all the energy that you need. Just learn how to use it. Be strategic about that. All right. Let me see, what else did I miss? So all this charging and everything. Now, a couple of words about what to do. So today is the third lunar day. What should you do? You should have a clear picture of what you want to accomplish within 6 months. And remember, it should be a Gemini subject, and also wherever your first house, whatever the house is sitting in your Gemini. So depending on what it is for you, I mean, I obviously don't know what it is for you. So what you need to do, you can. I usually put it in writing for myself, because energy of water, so I am as changing as the water, as the moon. So I write down everything. But if it's really charged, if you're really wanting what you're talking about, like you see, remember about my career kind of changes, and also um, my traveling. You see, they were charged already. I was ready. I had enough energy for that. So I didn't really even need to write it down. I knew it would happen. It was also the same with a long time ago, not long time, like a few years ago. I wanted a relationship that would drive me crazy. I wanted it to be in a good way, but it didn't. It did truly drive me crazy, because I was really very much, I thought, in love, and I thought he was, and it was just somewhat toxic on my part at least. So what I want to say is that be careful with what you wish, but this is what you do. You basically write down. I have my kind of notebook. I write a lot of insights here, again, because I'm fleeting like that. I'm ruled by the moon. You see, my ascendant is in Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. I'm ruled by the moon. Now, you might not be ruled by the moon, but still, it's good to write it down. So I write it down. I put the date. I put like Gemini new moon, and then I write down what I want to accomplish, what I want to be accomplished within those 6 months. And you can write somewhat details. You see, like me, I wanted just to pick up and travel, Then 2 months after, I already like would be nice to travel to 12 countries. And I did. I think I went to yeah. If I would go to Colombia and Argentina, that would be, I think, 12. So what I want to say is that write down what you want to accomplish, and then write down somewhat details. How would it be ideal? You see, ideal for me, it would have been 12 countries, but I couldn't do it no more physically. I was like exhausted, so I stopped. But I was right on progress. Write it down and think about it. Don't think about it constantly, but think about it like occasionally. Do some kind of steps towards it. Like me at that time, my passport was expiring within like I think 7 months, and I knew that it's no good, not working for me. So I actually took a chance, and I renewed my passport. They actually renewed it for me, and then I started kind of cleaning up my closet because I knew that I have to get rid of some stuff because it was like, I was ready for something bigger, something new. I started like almost you can say packing. I started like looking what will I take with me, what will I not, so stuff like that. You see, do some kind of actions that inspire you, and just go with the flow. Don't fight the flow. Never fight the flow. You see, if you will start fighting the flow, it's like you're fighting yourself. You manifested something, and then you're like, no, I don't want it. Wait until the next time you will be able to manifest something different. So I hope that's it. Basically, that's what you do. So basically, you just you decide what you want. You look at the houses and everything, the planets. You write it down. You write down what would be the ideal situation of how it would unfold ideally. Then you think about this. You somewhat visualize with like occasionally, once in a while. Then by the time the full moon will come, you will see a much clearer picture. You will decide: is it really what I want? Do I really tweak it a little bit, maybe? And then just let it unfold naturally for you. You will see it will work. It always works. I do it like this. I manifest everything. Well, not every month, but if I need something, I wait for that particular month and then I manifest it. And it always works out. It's not though very aggressive. It's subtle, Then you're like, oh my God, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. It's really interesting to observe, and you will see it will work only, but do work with the right energy. Um so see what house it is in right now and what is the sign to connect. Like right now there will be Cancer new moon, and if you will manifest a new career on Cancer new moon, I mean, really, Cancer is not about the career, about work or anything. This is the this is the sign. This is kind of very a housewife kind of sign. You don't manifest a career unless it's in your kind of house of career, maybe the 10th house or 6th house or something like that. All right, so do please use this information, manifest for the next couple days. You still have time, and send it to anybody who's interested in this kind of bringing a little magic into their life, into kind of a very resourceful magic into their life. And let me just sum it up. All right, so manifesting on with the moon cycles are very fruitful and very resourceful. It always comes. And if you think that you are not manifesting, you're mistaken. You're always manifesting. So whatever you are kind of troubled in that particular new moon, in 6 months, there will be some kind of conclusion. Now, you can be troubled with something that you want to happen or something that you don't want to happen, up to you. So you always manifest. It's not up to you. It's just how to manifest it smartly, kind of. Now, you need to always make an intention in the beginning of the moon cycle. So second, third, first, fourth, like a day. Don't manifest nothing on full moon. Full moon is already something that will illuminate what you wanted on that new moon. So, for example, if you're getting sick on new moon, the full moon you probably will get even like if you don't feel good on new moon, on full moon you probably will get fully sick, and in 6 months you will like there will be some kind of conclusion to this. So, for example, maybe you had allergies all this time and you didn't know how to deal with them, and then in 6 months you will basically you will get the medicine, you will treat yourself, and everything will and you will know that you could not eat maybe particular food or something like that. Now, on the waning moon is basically you're adjusting what was illuminated on the full moon. Now, do because it's kind of it's a long-term project. Do wish something big. Don't manifest something you really small that you need within like a week time, because that won't work. You see, feminine energy is slow. Any kind of moon energy is slow. It takes time to develop. It takes time to progress. You see, when I do energy alignments in the beginning of the month, the energy opens up slowly, only in a week or so. It takes time, but it takes time for it to to go down. Now, manifest according to your houses and according to where the moon is. Not going to go through this, but look at your natal chart. It's quite easy, honestly. It's really just it's you go online and you make yourself a natal chart, or maybe you already have a natal chart. Just look, there is numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. So if there is like a 1 in your Gemini, that means that Gemini is basically taking your first house. Maybe 2 houses in one sign or something, then manifest accordingly. But it's easy. And then obviously look at the where the so for all of us, right now the new moon is in Gemini. Next new moon will be in Cancer, so we're going to manifest something family related, especially because the Jupiter will move in Cancer. It will be amazing to manifest expansion of the family if you want to become pregnant or I don't know, get married or something like that. Perfect time to manifest that will be on new moon in Cancer, the next one. Never manifest nothing on the full moon, because that's really hopeless. That energy is very saturated, it's very strong. It's not a good time to manifest something new. It's a good time to decide whether that new that you decided on is good or not, or maybe we can do something about it. Like that. All right, that's it. If you have questions, send them to me. I did create the Facebook group. If you want, do add yourself or ask me. I will add you there. I created it so I can put the announcements about the lives and also to answer your questions. It's a private group, so you won't feel kind of awkward to ask me questions, because I know a lot of you sending me private messages, because on YouTube anybody can read it and I understand it. So do, if you want, I will add you, or you can add yourself. It's Anastasia Zatula's feminine space. For now, it's called like this. I don't know. Maybe I will change it to something else. Please do add yourself, add whoever you want. Do please have like a real profile and a picture. I do want it to be somewhat transparent. All right, that's it. Next live will be on Saturday at 11 a.m. and we're going to talk about returning passion into a relationship. So if you are in a relationship and if you are like struggling somewhat, if you're not sure what to do, how to bring passion back, then this live will be for you. And if you know anybody who's having this kind of issues, please do invite them. It will be here on TikTok and YouTube, obviously. So again, if you have questions, ask. If not, then I will see you on Saturday. Bye, TikTok. Thank you for being here. And by YouTube, if you have questions, please do ask. Send them to me if you need to. If you need help with your natal chart, obviously I will help you. It's kind of easy, but do try to manifest something and see what you will get in 6 months. It will be interesting to observe. All right, bye everybody. Enjoy your evening.